everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Libra. Alright, Libra, you're up next. And we're going to go ahead and pull out your oracle cards for my lovely Libras for February 15th to the 21st. Sign of the Scales. Now, your tarot card, Libra, which is Justice, the 11th card of the Major Arcana, has been coming up all week for the weeklies. It's very, very interesting. I feel like a lot of my collective are dealing with rebalancing. A lot of you are dealing with court and official business and, you know, decisions and renderings, etc. Maybe mediation, dealing with lawyers, things like that this week. All in an effort to rebalance and place a stage in your life. So we'll see if your card comes up today for your reading. But for now, let's get your oracle cards. We have the sunglasses coming out for you. We have Paradise. And we have the Mask. All right. So sunglasses, of course, indicating a period of watching. You know, watching, looking, paying attention, right? Could be stalking, right? Paradise, of course, is happiness and joy, feeling good. And of course, Mask is all about sort of not showing your true feelings or not showing who you really are, wearing a mask, playing a role, pretending to be something you're not, or someone pretending to be something they're not, all right? All right, guys, let's get right into it. Show me your animal spirits for Libra, February 15th to 21st. All right, straight out, we have the Wolf. Earth energy. We have the Fox, more Earth energy, interesting. And we have, excuse me, the Panther. All right, so fire, 2 Earth and a fire, a strong fire with that Panther. Let's get right into it. The Wolf is, of course, associated with activism, right? Activism, humanitarianism. This is the person who looks out for the pack over the majority. This is a very strong feminine energy, by the way. It's a feminine leadership energy. Very, very intelligent, a leader, certainly. But this is the person who fights for the underdog, right? This is the person who fights for ideals and idealism. Certainly, oftentimes could be associated with the anarchist, right? Certainly somebody who's dealing with charity or vulnerable groups or the marginalized in our society. The one thing, though, with the Wolf is that he becomes over-idealized sometimes and expects everyone to sort of follow in his footsteps. So be very careful with this kind of energy that you don't become sort of a tyrant, as it were, in your leadership position. You know what I mean? Now, the Fox is associated with charm and wisdom and cleverness. This is the card for the ideal mate. Right? The person that is just really perfect to be with, right? This is someone who, first of all, they generally mate for life in a sense that once a fox imprints on someone and the connection is there, the spirit of the fox, it is there for life. It is committed, highly committed animal spirit. But it's also a great partner in love and in life because the fox is so sort of involved, you know? This is the person who, like, you know, if you come home from a bad day at work, you know, they're not just going to say, you know, oh, well, I hope you feel better. You know, they're going to actually have a conversation with you. What happened, honey? How did it go? You know, if you have a problem, you need to find a solution to it. The spirit of the Fox individual is going to sit down with you and say, well, we're going to figure it out together. The other thing about the Fox in terms of being the perfect sort of energy of a mate in a relationship is the Fox loves to keep everything fresh. He's a charmer, so he or she loves to constantly bring romance into the relationship, charm back into the relationship. You know, if you are with a person who resonates with the spirit of the fox in terms of the type of partner in life they are, they're always going to keep you sort of happy and guessing, about what the next surprise may be. All in a very good way, in a very healthy way. Now, the Panther is fire energy, and the Panther is associated with chaos and nihilism, right? Getting rid of the old, getting rid of things that no longer serve you. The Panther's animal spirit is a very interesting one because it is the spirit of the Panther that comes into our lives as an event. Very rarely will somebody actually resonate with Panther energy as a personality trait. This is more of an energy that comes into your life, and it's sort of a chaotic event that can come in, or an event or a happening or occurrence in your life that seems to be extremely chaotic. It seems to come really out of nowhere, just like the Panther in the wild comes out of nowhere and pounces. But once the dust settles from a Panther event, you find yourself in a place that's so much better than where you were before. You find yourself really thanking this chaotic event for coming into your life, right? Sometimes it's necessary to have like an extreme event happen out of nowhere to kind of shake you up, to get rid of the cobwebs and to get rid of all the things that might be holding you back. To open up new opportunities, new doorways, new options for you for growth. And sometimes it really just requires everything else to be kind of obliterated. And that doesn't mean it's all destroyed and gotten rid of, but the status quo or the environment that you're in right now, the status quo of the environment that you're in needs to be sort of blown up and all the cards to fall back down, the dust to clear. And then you find yourself with a whole new sort of, I want to say, a whole new environment or a whole new construct that really allows you to grow and to prosper a lot more than where you were at before, right? An example could be if you have a roommate, you live with a roommate or something like that, you've been friends forever, but you guys are used to being a sort of almost like a codependent sort of relationship. It's not necessarily really bad, but it also is not necessarily good for growth. And then, for instance, let's say the pipe bursts in the building where you live, and all of a sudden there's all this chaos. You have to move. Everything goes, you know what I mean? Suddenly you have to leave the apartment. You both have to move. The way things work out, by the time the dust settles, you find yourself in a new apartment, maybe by yourself, maybe not with a roommate. You suddenly find yourself in an apartment that you can afford on your own, in a different neighborhood, and all of a sudden all of these other options open up for you that would never have been there had you continued staying in the sort of dynamic that you were in before. That's an example of a Panther moment, right, happening in your life, out of your own, out of the control of your own hands, but for your ultimate good. All right, guys, let's see what Libra has in store. I'm going to pull out 3 forecasts for your week and see. Show me what Libra is going through. February 15th to the 21st, show me. All right, straight out, Ace of Cups, nice. Hanged Man. Whoo. And a Tower moment. Well, God love you, Libra. You come into the week with the Ace of Cups, right? There's a new love on your mind, and you are absolutely overflowing. You're feeling like you're in paradise. Everything feels really, really great. But then you come into this week and you realize, I think on the heels of this new love opportunity for you, you have an awakening. You have an awakening into a particular area in your life. It could be that this new person you're involved with is the type of person who's going to open up your eyes to, where you may have been standing still, where you may not have been putting your best foot forward. Whatever the case may be, it feels like a real awakening for you in terms of the life the life you really want for yourself, right? I think that perhaps for a little while it could be that you were quite happy with where you were at. You were happy with not really working too hard for anything, or really sort of trying to sort of strive for anything, and being very, very comfortable. But then this awakening comes in and you realize that you have so much more to offer and so many more things that you want to do. And all of this is coming out of this new love connection. However, by the end of the week, you have a tower moment. And, this tower moment can come in any kind of way. It feels obviously like a panther moment. And it, of course, has something to do with this new love connection and this new sort of awareness coming in. It could very well be that whatever area in your life you're waking up to, right? You're waking up to as a result of this new love connection you have, this new opportunity in love. I think that on the heels of your awakening, a tower moment comes in as a result of you waking up. Now, this could be that suddenly, for instance, you have inspiration in a particular area with regard to your family, right? And say, for instance, you act on that, acting on this awareness that you have now, this enlightenment that's come in, is what I feel brings on this tower moment. So waking up perhaps to a family dynamic, then confronting the family dynamic, and suddenly having a whole bunch of other stuff come to light that causes this tower moment. You see what I'm saying? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like, you are sort of suddenly now asking questions that people may not have ever wanted you to ask. It could be that you were being kept almost in a position of laziness or uninspired, almost being kept to not ask too many of the difficult questions or to make waves. Now that you're wide awake and on the heels of this love connection, I do feel like this person you're having a love connection with is very supportive of you. They support you, right? And this tower moment, I feel like, is either to do with family or business or something else in your life, but it's really, really all being spurred on by this incredible love that you found with somebody. And this person is very much in your corner and almost opening your eyes to, all of the people who may not be in your corner, or all of the things in your life that may not be so good for you, or the things that you've done that may have let yourself down. And so it's like you wake up, but then you wake up and the tower moment comes. And it's a real sort of like eye-opener to where your life is at right now. Ultimately, it's for your good, right? Ultimately, it's for your progression, but it's going to be a very, very rough week. A lot of spirit of the panther there, but certainly the spirit of the fox is there with this person, because they are absolutely behind you. Don't forget, you may be dealing with people who are wearing masks. Right, and so unmasking people can certainly be a tower moment. Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Strength. So for some of you coming into this week with a Knight of Cups, now you may be wanting to move towards somebody, or somebody may be wanting to move towards you. There's certainly a love connection happening, and there's certainly an intention there of somebody wanting to perhaps take another person out on a date, or, come together in this love connection. But there's someone working against it behind the scenes. There's someone there who's very jealous, and this week you're having to deal with them. Seven of Swords is a card for treachery. And this person is absolutely going to be sort of, they may even be somebody very close to you on the surface. They may be a close friend of yours, but behind the scenes, they are working to derail this situation here, right? And like I say, the Knight of Cups is just kind of like the interest, showing the interest, making a real effort, and really saying, hey, I want to be with you. You know what I mean? I want to be with you. I want to sort of exchange my feelings with you. I'm not really sure how I feel, but I want to find out with you, right? But then this person here is like, and like I say, it could be somebody very close to you, could be somebody very close to the person who's coming towards you, or the person you're coming towards. In either case, this is someone who wants to interfere, and they kind of want what you have. So they're either jealous of this love connection, or they're jealous of you. And by the end of the week, you're finding yourself having to sort of resonate with this strength energy in the sense that you're having to really like deal with a lot of emotions, right? It's going to be a very emotional week for a lot of people, and I feel like you're just finding yourself having to be very calm through it all, you know, be patient through it all, and be very understanding, because this feels to me like a situation that is about to sort of blow up. Again, the spirit of the Panther is there. It could be some kind of crazy, chaotic event this week that really sort of exposes this individual and exposes like the mess that they're trying to create, right? But yet again, I feel like because this person is generally, some of the sorts of people are generally someone who's very close to you, even though they work against you behind the scenes. And so it almost feels as though like you're mad at them, but with that strength card, I almost feel like you feel sorry for them a little bit, because whoever this person is, or whoever is unmasked as being this sort of treacherous person in a way, right? This underhanded person, it's like you end up feeling really sorry for them, you know, because, you know, none of the things that they try to do, you know, none of their activities work, you know, whatever they try to accomplish, it's like futile because their intentions are so toxic. And so you just end up feeling very sorry for them. And I think you just end up really like, you know, having to put some boundaries in place with this person. I feel like you're going to end up feeling a little bit like, wow, that's such a shame. They turned out to be such an asshole. Now I can't be friends with them. I feel sorry for them to a certain degree. But yet you will be strong, and you will remain strong in this. And I don't think you're going to allow this person to sort of come back, you know, to interfere in your life again. Empress energy, King of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Well, this is your last spread. Empress energy, of course, and the King of Pentacles. Well, Libra, what can I say? You're resonating with the Empress, and you're resonating with a high level of creativity. You feel extremely attractive right now. You're feeling sexy, all of those things. And you are coming into a King of Pentacles this week and rounding off with a Four of Wands. So there is a love connection, I think, that's being made, Libra, with somebody who you're very like-minded with. I feel like this is a very earthy love connection. Of course, Pentacles is earth, but, you know, the person that you're dealing with is also, they're very successful. They're very down to earth. I think that they probably can be a mentor to someone. You know, King of Pentacles is oftentimes a mentor, a benefactor, an investor, you know, somebody who has a lot of financial responsibility, someone who has had a lot of financial success in his life, right? And so it's interesting. It could very well be that you meet through work or something like that. But in any case, this person does remind me of somebody who's successful, right? But who may have been looking for their perfect sort of mate, and here you are. You're the one coming in with all of the, you know, receptive feminine qualities. Remember, my readings are not gender specific, so it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You can still resonate with the Empress energy in the sense of, you know, taking care of yourself, keeping yourself creative, keeping yourself, you know, vital and young, taking care of your mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? Being receptive and being nurturing, right? And this is who you're kind of presenting as you come into the week. And this King of Pentacles is like your perfect sort of match. And of course, Four of Wands is Venus and Aries, and it's generally a new relationship that starts off with real sort of stability, mutual respect, and mutual love right away, which is one of the reasons why it is such a good omen card for a new relationship sort of starting off in a really healthy way. All right, guys, this is your reading for February 15th to the 21st for my lovely Libras. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe and share. If you want to check out your weekly love outlook, then of course you have to go over to my membership page, or just click the join button and it'll tell you how to get access to those videos. But for right now, guys, I'm just going to say have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your weekly general outlook. Bye-bye now.